Alright, my Govanen, and welcome to another Araquin Calidrim video. This is Radagast on sleigh or wakeboard, part 2. And the last video, if you'll remember, or if you've watched it with us already, you'll remember that I'm working on a Radagast on sleigh conversion. I like the old Radagast wizard model much better than the new Radagast wizards. So I picked up the sleigh model, and I wanted to convert the old Radagast on there. And of course, in the kit comes the new Radagast on sleigh figure. As soon as I pulled it out of the box, I was looking at him thinking he looks like he's having fun on the water. So that turned into this conversion project, which is coming together. It's not done, but I was just too excited to not share where we're at. So last video I posted the bare sort of unprimed version of both of these. I had a bunch of rock glued down. I had some of the kit elements glued to the base there, and I was starting to put the water together. One thing I forgot to say in the last video is that we use the GW bases and we trace them onto Masonite and make some of our own bases for things like this where I need 2 of the same base and the kit only comes with 1. So we picked up a sheet of Masonite from the hardware store. This stuff is inexpensive. I think I paid something like $8 Canadian for a 4x8 sheet of this stuff. It was a huge piece of Masonite and it worked great for stuff like this. So then we traced the Games Workshop bases onto the Masonite and we cut the shapes that we want. We put pieces of metal on the bottom of those as well because we travel with magnetic cases and that way nothing slides around. So these Masonite sheets give us the flexibility to make bases whatever size we want. Bit of metal underneath them means they don't slide around, so that's what we did for this second Radagast. I put the sleigh together and have painted that up. I've got a couple of the elements sort of moving. I'm not done yet, but there's a lot of detail in this kit. There's a little spider hiding down in there, because this is Mirkwood after all. There's a little bluebird that I stuck over here on the other side of the creek. A really, really nice detail in this kit. But it's a total bugger to work with. These rabbits are so fun, but they're just painful to try to put together. And trying to get them to actually mate together properly so that you can connect everything the way that it belongs on here is just not easy. So I may have to bend a few of these even though I've painted them already. So I didn't connect those 2 other rabbit pieces yet. But here's my Radagast on sleigh model. It's coming together. The water turned out really nice in the middle there. That is really easy to do. That is white drywall mud or plaster or any similar product with a bunch of rock in it, spray primed black and then painted with a sort of simple gray, and then dry brush to pick the tips up with an off-white, and just about any off-white will do. And then after that I poured this water resin on it from, it's called Water Effects from Scenerama. They've got all kinds of great stuff, and that's the blue one. There's also a clear one, but I wanted the blue one, and you can see why. And that worked really well. It was easy, and this creek turned out really good. I'm happy with that. Not done yet. The trees are just, they're twigs from my yard, and that's all it took, just primed twigs. And that will give a nice foresty effect to this unit when I put it on the table. I didn't want anything that overhang the base too badly, so you'll see these are contained within the base mostly. Probably not going to put any foliage on there because Mirkwood is such a mix of death and life all at the same time. And I'm going to put some flowers and flock and things on the base yet. Again, with some spots that look a little more dead and some spots that look a little more alive. So part 3 of this video I will show you that. And I will also paint a wizard up. This is going to need some work. This guy's my old Radagast. I'm going to need to repaint him. I've magnetized him just to keep it really easy to work with. And I have an eagle that I can stick him onto, and he's been a staple for me. I used him at lots of events. So I'm going to end up putting him on this sleigh as well. And here's the newer Radagast, the one that I said I didn't really like. I enjoy this model. I haven't used it for anything. I just like having it. But this wakeboarding model I think is going to become a new favorite of mine. So he started. I've got some layering and washing I got to do yet on him. But the sleigh has come, sorry, the wakeboard piece has come together nicely. So this is the Games Workshop base with drywall mud smeared all over it, spray primed black. And then after the black, I've dry brushed, I painted the recesses, the deep sort of valley areas like here with a darker gray, and just kind of threw out, sort of patched it a bit with a darker gray, and then I picked up the tips with an off-white so that you can see the water cresting, and then literally just poured this resin in all over the place, and the resin did the rest of the work. I glued in the bits of dolphin all over the place. I primed those black and painted them, I dry brushed them a bit. I'm not sure what else I'm going to do with them. They're not done in my mind, but they're close. And then I used some fishing line here to make a bit of a lasso around each of the two dolphins. This one I cut a couple of times, and you can see it kind of comes in either side of the dolphin right down into the resin, and the resin has it sort of anchored in there nice and tight. This one is looped around the dolphin and tied and glued to itself. I've painted these with XV88, and I'm going to wash them yet and scratch them up a little bit, and a little piece of bark in there to be his actual wakeboard, and that's got a couple of layers of paint on it yet now too. Just whatever way you prefer to paint wood will work just fine for a board here. And Radagast will sit right in there, and when this is ready I will be gluing the fishing line to either side of the pole that used to be intended for his sleigh, and now that's going to be intended to hold these lassos around one dolphin per lasso. And when it's all said and done, I think that's going to look sharp, and I am pretty excited about tabling that at an event, preferably in 2 weeks. Goodness, it's coming up fast. So 2 weeks from now is Middle-earth's Deadliest Heroes in Ontario, Canada. Ronan Estenes is going to be TOing that one. I'm organizing it, and he's going to be the TO, so I get to actually play. It'll be his first time as a TO. He's pretty excited. He's reading up on all the rule books and just, geeking out down here while we work on our project stuff together. And we're having some fun, making some good memories here. So, hope you've enjoyed this video, Maya Govanen, and we will talk to you again next time. Part 3 will show the finished product with the final layering and some vegetation on that base there, and we'll get this cleaned up and table ready. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.